Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I was reminded to do this one. I'm not looking forward to this. I've already tested this before and nothing has changed since, and I'm going to be completely honest with you on this one. It's not as good as people say it is, and that's one of the main issues. And to go over that, there's no GPU support. And when I tried it, there was no networking and there was no audio on my system. So it comes in an app image, you know? So let's just download the app image. And look, it comes in the AUR. There's also Debian and Fedora. But we grabbed the app image, so we're going to go take a look. Now, before we jump in, I want to tell you what exactly this is for. It's meant to run your Windows applications on your Linux machine, almost kind of like native, but problem is with no GPU support, 90% of applications will not work or run. And the fact that you have tech YouTubers, Linux YouTubers, and everyone else sort of overhyping this as the greatest achievement ever in Linux is honestly ridiculous and a bit, well, dumb. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. It's a bit dumb. Now, look, I get wanting something to wholly change the landscape of everything you do on Linux to include all the Windows apps that you love and so on and so forth, but that's not going to happen overnight. That's probably not going to happen in the next few months. That's probably not going to happen in the next couple of years. Instead of making applications like this, applications, mind you, that are honestly and equally pointless. What should be happening, and I know I'm being a little harsh on this, but I think I need to be the first one to say this. Go contribute to Wine. Just go contribute to Wine. It's as simple as that. Do you know how far along Wine is to running Adobe Photoshop out of the box? Let me show you how far away it really is. Install. Continue. All we have to do is get past the continue button. Default location. We're able to choose the language. We're even able to change the location of the installation if we wanted to. We are almost there to having an out-of-the-box working experience. Oh no, I broke it for Adobe. That's not going to work. I'll put that to the side. So the point of that is, that's great. That's Adobe Photoshop 2025 version 26.11. So as I said, instead of, making this application, it's a lot better to just support Wine in its development. All these developers that are jumping in on this, they could have probably already accelerated Wine to the point where Adobe would have able to fully install and be working along with a lot of these other apps that they're trying to run on Winboat. All right, enough of my ramblings. New start menu pretty. Let's move on. All right, so this is an Electron app, by the way. Docker needs to be installed. Now, this is the one issue that I have with it, okay? That Docker needs to be installed, and then you have to add Docker to the group, relog required, Docker daemon is running, could be a really, like, all of this stuff needs to be done. But the problem is, there's no automatic detection of which distro you're on. Okay? What it could do instead is it automatically detects which distro you're on. It automatically installs Docker. It automatically adds the user Docker group. It automatically starts the daemon on its own. Log out, log back in, continue, right? That would have been a lot better because, now you got to go start Docker. So you just got to go like sudo pacman -S Docker. I changed my password, so there we go. That's the first step. Second step is to paste this in right here. Let's try to go big on this. Sudo user mod -a capital G docker user. Done. And then we need to start Docker. Just like that. Okay. And then we should be able to run Docker hello world. Which again, our permission is denied because we would definitely most likely need to, I don't know, run it as sudo. Yeah, so there you go. Docker is now up and running. So what do? Do you just go back and then hit agree again? No, you literally have to log out and restart the application. Like I could go in here into my downloads, which you can't see because they're my downloads, not yours. We could hit run again. We could hit we could hit agree. Docker is installed. And then we have this. What is Docker v2 composed? Let's go take a look. Because it's needed. So it looks like they've added another dependency. I entered the wrong password. Okay, so I'm gonna log out and log back in, and we're going to get on with this, and well, we'll see how it goes. And we are back. I'm gonna jump into my downloads, and I'm going to open up the app image. I agree. Everything is green. We're good. We're going to select next. What do you need? Choose where you want to install Winboat. Okay. Let's see. Documents, new folder, Winboat. Great. Select. All right. Next. Windows 11 Pro. I'm going to select a custom ISO. And we're going to use this instead because this is Windows 11 IoT Enterprise Long-Term Service channel. And password. Password. We're going to hit next. And this is where you're able to select as many cores as you want. We're going to do 6. I'm going to select up to 32 gigs of RAM. And I'm going to select, actually, let me go check to see how much space I have left on this thing. That way I'll actually know how much I'm able to give. I have over 800 gigs free, so we're going to do 256. Home full sharing, deal. And yes, and install. This is it. So again, you can check the status in your browser. We're going to remove this, and we're actually going to F11 this, or we're going to try, because there we go. So this is it. Everything is done in your browser, unfortunately. It's going to search for the disks, and then it finds a disk. It's going to install on the disk. It's pretty straightforward, I guess. Again, like, let's crank that up, turn the compression level all the way down. There we go. So most of your applications will not run, as I've said. If you manage to have networking, grats. If you manage to have audio, grats. Good for you. Hopefully I'll be able to have them this time, because I was on pure Arch the last time I tried this, and I did try to get it working. I followed all the steps, all the guides, did all the stuff, right? But it would not function. And I know it sounds like I'm being hard on this, but I'm a realist. I am realistic. I am honest. I will always tell you things as they are, not things as they will be. Because again, one cannot predict the future. Even though I swear to God I've relived this lifetime about 1,000 times before. You ever feel like that? Like, deja vu just happens way too much to me. for it to be a coincidence. But, yeah. Installations installing. 80% complete. Now here's the thing. I have this on a Gen 4 NVMe. That's my main NVMe drive. This is a 2 terabyte. And this thing is like 7 gigs read and 6.5 gigs write, and this shouldn't be taking this long. But it is, because it's being done through a VM with no hardware acceleration at all, mind you. So yeah, we'll be back after it's done. Alright, it has moved on to step 2 of the installation. Okay? So I have other people, friends, who have tested this with me. Okay, well, not with me, but have given me information about it, feedback on it. They're finding the same things that I am, that most applications won't run. They don't find a point in it. I'm glad that easy, simple setup solutions like this exist. Yes, I am. I will always be sort of that way. Now, to get GPU support, they could do what XEMU does. This is an emulator for the original Xbox, which runs inside of a virtual machine. And what it does is it uses memory addresses to deal with GPU acceleration. They could take a look at that project and try to apply the same logic to get it to work, which most likely will work, as it's worked very well for XEMU. Xbox emulator, XEMU. There's like some confusion on how to actually say it, but I say it however I want to. And Windows for Docker. Now look, it might not be that simple. It might be a lot more difficult. There's lots of trial and tribulation and things like this that you could do. And I get it, right? Everyone has their own way of doing things. But if they want a solution for graphics without actually having to do pass-through, this is probably the best method. Because you could put the entire power of the GPU directly through to the VM and share it and fully utilize it through that type of way, like they do inside the VM. And you could adjust it any way you want to. Share VRAM, whatever you need to do, right? And I think it would be really, really good to do that, because I want to run Apple Music from this. I want to listen to lossless music. I want them to have a good audio backend. I actually want this project to succeed for those people who hate using Wine to run applications. But at the same time, again, all this effort towards this one application could have gone into accelerating the development of Wine. We could have been much farther. We could have run UWP apps from Wine already. We could have had Adobe fully up and running already. We could have so many things happening right now already. Oh, look at that. We've got internet, but again, no audio. Why, good sir, is there no audio? Alright, so let's move that aside. So this is the environment you're given. You can see you could pause or stop the VM. You can check out your installed applications. It's got to like scan the virtual machine for them first. This is all that's installed with the version of Windows that I use. You could check out your configuration, the RAM, CPU, home folder, your auto start container, your display scaling, multi-monitor support. So if you want, you could use multi-monitor, smart card pass-through. You know, experimental features are here, I believe. Welcome to the danger zone. I don't know what the hell that means. And you got your reboot page. Yeah. So there's nothing for configuring audio. Again, I don't have audio, but at least I have the interwebs, which again is great, you know, for certain things, but kind of defeats the whole point of this, don't you think? Let's go to display settings. And let's put this up to at least 1080p. I mean, it's not that slow, if you're wondering. There you go. But again, if the GPU, if the application you're running requires any sort of stuff going on, you're kind of screwed, right? It's just not going to work. And why we have no audio is just a big wonder to me. Is it because my desktop audio is disabled? Maybe I have to enable that to make it work. But I'm going to go and activate this real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, we are activated. We still have no audio devices, which is really, really, really weird. There's just nothing here. Well, I probably would have to go actually turn on my motherboard audio for that to happen. I ain't doing that. That's not something I'm gonna do. Let's open this up. What applications could we go and install? I mean, we could technically watch Netflix, but again, we'd need GPU acceleration. I don't know, VMware? Oh, right, we would need GPU acceleration for that to work as well. There's just not really much that you can do inside of this right now. And that's just a tad unfortunate, you know? Ugh, this just needs to go away. Personalize. Content settings? I'm gonna get rid of all this crap. I don't like the way that it looks. See, I can't get rid of that. I hate that. Ugh. Alright. Well, I mean, there you go. You have a free and open way to get your apps that working in here in Winboat. You have the ability to install Windows and have everything the way that you need it to. We can just exit that. And let me show you the special ability of this, shall we? Boop. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. It doesn't look like it's going to work. Okay, let me try command prompt. Maybe it has something to do with my current settings of Hyprland, that this is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But I've had this issue before. So, what's supposed to happen is you click an app. Ooh, add a device. I can add in all my devices. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, there's my Behringer. We're going to be silent here for a second. I'm going to just like... That worked. That allowed me to do USB pass-through right here for device, which is interesting. So that actually did help a lot. I could also put in the entirety of the hub if I need to. Let's try multi-monitor support. Multi-monitor. I doubt that that's going to work. How would that even work? Imagine trying to use multi-monitor on thing like this. All right, well, I'm going to close this down, and I guess I'll keep you guys up to date when it updates, if something major happens or occurs. Thank you guys for watching. Again, don't be overhyping things. It doesn't help anyone. Just because you have a fancy logo and other weird type of stuff, and you say something is going to be something, it doesn't mean it's going to be that right away, okay? Try to have some, you know, understanding of what's going on first, of what needs to go into something, and yeah, don't overhype things. Do better, okay? This is not what they say it is, not right now. In the future, it will get better, most likely, but for right now, this is just not it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to take a look, and I'll see you next time.